Welcome back to Satisfactory. I'm so glad you're here, and we are doing it live today. We've got a few things that we want to do, and frankly, I didn't have enough time to make a video, wait for it to upload, wait for it to process. So, we'll just do it live. Easy enough. Where's this shadow coming from? My goodness. Alright, we need to get the beams in. I think it would be a good time to do that. Really, we're pretty close. And then I guess while we're out there, we can pick up some of the stuff we need. Mostly frames, which we have access to. You know what? I'm gonna go over here. We'll take a boost from our power generator build, which I'm pretty happy with this. It's generating a really good chunk of power. See if we can get close to the aluminum factory. Apparently that was not a great boost. It's gonna get us close though. Probably a spider in the mix there now, but that's okay. We need at least the aluminum it's showing, but we also need some aluminum for the purposes of building belts. So I might try to grab a little extra as far as that's concerned. Alright, steel beams and encased beams. We know where those are. Out here by the concrete. It's possible I need to go ahead and get going so we can teleport. Of course, you don't get to see all your awesome work when you teleport around. Alright, let's see. It's been a while since I've been over here. I could put a little drone pad here. It'll just be enough for the drone pad. We don't need a fancy version. Transport, drone port. Come on. And then really, we just need to split this into it. Good old splitter. I might try to entertain the idea that this is gonna actually be a legitimate building at some point. Now, why is it on a Mark III belt? Then with our logistics, all we need to do is put in the drone. Ah, where's my control? Oh, there we go. Steel, beam, export. Uh-oh. Motor factory steel beam export imports, but motor factory steel beam imports? Am I already importing steel beams? No, that's steel pipes. Yeah. So it's probably 45 and 46. I probably forgot to name them. Let's see what the map has to say. $45, $46. I'm pretty sure I put 45 on the left one, and that's the one that was the steel beam. And it's going to complain about not having any fuel. Oh, and it eats power. Ironically, we got power all over the place. This is turning into a bit of an infrastructure play now. This is definitely not connected to anything. Oh, we can cheat. Go through here. Alright, well that was longer than I thought it was going to be, but we got it connected. While we're here, we need to make sure we grab some concrete. I'll put it out here and then delete these just so they can kind of extend away a little bit. Chances are it's going to have some sort of weird interaction with the building anyway. So I'm not trying to totally completely avoid that. Alright, get this drone port put into place. Super easy. Transport. We're short one heavy frame. Boo. So that's 1.5 on that side, 1.5 on this side. And this one is going to be the encased beam export. And we'll connect this one to drone 46. Almost close enough to do in one shot. And that's an unreliable splitter. But since the only other thing it's doing is uploading and going to storage, I think it's fine. All right, those heavy frames are, or those modular frames are all I need. So let's just get the right gear on and start our travel back. I think I'll go through the refinery this time. We can take a quick peek at what's going on with the refinery. I left myself with 0 turbo fuel. Looks like we're totally full on fuel. That makes me worried. Now I've got to check the turbo fuel. Got to check turbo fuel tower to see what's going on. Incoming transfer is full. It's full on regular fuel. Short on compacted coal of all things? That better be compacted coal running freely. It's on slow belts, but it's running. I mean, that's just a drizzle. Dribs and drabs. Maybe we're short on something else even. Well, this one's going full blast. It's already overclocked and summer slooped. I guess we just need to add a few shards in the mix. These machines are full. Looking down the road there, it looks like those aren't full. What are you short on? Plain old coal. let me check my coal output. We've got a faster belt, so we can go to 600 now. Lots of required upgrades. Uh-oh. I probably dropped a ton of... dismantled crates. Oh no, just the one. I never like adding dismantled crates to the world. That's a much more consistent amount. We went from 480 to 600 coal per minute. It's 1-to-1 on both, so that's an additional 120 coal. Compacted coal. This one's barely running because it's overloaded already. It's overloaded. It's only doing 300 per minute. Uh-oh. That means at some point in the future, this is going to be a problem. Well, that's why I have tons of batteries. So when issues like this arise, I can deal with them at my own time. At the end of the day, we need more compacted coals, the lesson of that review. But right now, we got plenty of power. Unfortunately, our batteries are 99% full. And we have arrived. Is this one actually dropping up the beams? Hey, I got it right. Did I take off before I should have? Encased. Uh-oh. I forgot to give him fuel. Oops. Well, we might as well go back because we know we have to. Let me see if I can set up a cannon worthy of that trip. And I think I know that we need to go ahead and put down a little logistical support. Namely a conveyor pole. And then maybe another one back here. Well, that's a little better. We're still not going to make it the whole way there, though. All this because I forgot to give that one drone fuel. Did I even put a drone on here? I didn't even put a drone on here. It's possible the drone should be on the other side, but we put one drone here, so it's fine. One of the reasons why we use the summer sloops at the generation side, power generation side, so we could double the amount of rocket fuel that's made. Looks like I already got that hard drive. That one is still there, but I remember it having a weird something. Like there was a lot of mobs, or it was very gassy, or it required something I didn't have access to. I don't remember which one. All in all now, we should have all the supplies that we need. The outer one, which would be the one on the left from this view, has the stuff. Exactly. And then this will connect to this. Hey, encased beams have arrived just in time. Okay, now that we've got that connected, let me clean this up a little bit. Steel beams, modular frames, encased beams, and steel pipes make our heavy modular frames. Now we got to get this on the circle. Looks like we've got room for one on this side. Oh, I was just about to say somehow I knew that wouldn't work, and then I had to check all my options, and it turns out it worked. Steel beams, I've already filled that belt. That was quick. And then we gotta get to the outermost, the outer innermost. The inner outermost? This one. They do basically the same thing. We want the curve. I'm not sure how it's calculating those curves so dramatically different, but whatevs. I got two of these connected. I would say this one, 1, 2. this one... You just use the click notification. Then we got to come down to our 2 towers of heavy modular frame production. How do I get in here? At least one of these should be easy. Pretty straightforward to get this connected all the way down. One of those should have items on it. There it is. And now all we need is the encased beams. We've got 2 lines of... Oh yeah, I know why. That's an easy fix. We'll fix that in a minute. Oh no, that's just the loop back. There's nothing to fix. At this point, we're basically inside the building. I'll use everybody's unreliable splitter. Everybody's favorite unreliable splitter. So this one is steel and it has to go in here. So let's get the has to be correct option in first. Because those steel beams are going to make inline screws for us. Because that recipe turns one steel beam into 52 screws. Or 240 per minute, which in this case is exactly what we need. Technically it's 260 per minute, but I downrated it so it would fit perfectly. Much easier to move 5 screws, or I mean 5 steel beams. Now that's loading the tower. They're already making screws. It takes absolutely no time for those screws to kick in. We only need one belt to go out, but we need to combine these. I guess technically I could. Well, let me raise this up. Ah, that's the answer. We'll just put a merger right on here. You know what, though? I need a place for the uploader. I haven't really set aside a space for that. Downside of doing it live. You just gotta think. You gotta think. I think I want this wall more in the center of this. I'm gonna have to nudge this. Then we'll put this back. Then we'll take this out. Then we'll put a one. Technically, you don't have to use the conveyor walls at all anymore, but I guess I'm nostalgic that way. Let's say conveyor belt's just a little too short. I guess in a world where I put walls up on this, that won't be such a bad deal. Maybe we make the second one like a glass. Is it architecture? Ugh. Have I even picked up the glass architecture stuff? Oh, here they are. Alright. Honeycomb frame window? That could be fun. We just need it to be in place. Heavy modular frames ready to go. And then technically what I would want to do is set it up to go. Well, it's really giving me everything except for the thing I want. Thank you. Something like I've got two of them set up over here. I just want to take a peek so we can get a sense of what kind of spacing I put it on. Oh, I didn't put it on any kind of spacing. Well, that doesn't offer me any guidance, so thank you, previous me, for not setting that up in a way that I could use it now. I guess previous me will have to help future me, since past me didn't do anything for me. I guess the key is, where are we on the blueprint? That's right on the edge, 50-50 on the next blueprint. I guess that does give us room to transform this. Well, now I'm not sure. Obviously, if I look at all the recipes, right? Heavy modular frames. These inputs are exclusive to this. We need to add frames and nitrogen gas, which won't be a problem. And then we got to add radios. And then we got to hoist in an absolute ton of copper. Technically, I'm not, unless I do something that's purely for looks, I'm not going to get to use this circle as much as I thought. I think half a block over from there, and it'll be perfect. Totally completely rotated the wrong direction. There we go. That must not be connected correctly. Let me try that again. Yeah. Something about that is totally wrong. It shouldn't be wrong. Maybe just for the sake of simplicity and ease of use, should make this a merger. So we want this to be the input side, so we can pick up the heavy modular frames, please. Thank you. I'll have to guesstimate where else I need to put these splitters to carry this forward. You know, I could start to feather in the copper Well, let's not worry about that right now. We've got one tower done. Don't have the facade done, but got the hard part in. Whenever you're zooping, always zoop the long way. This is halfway on in all directions. The back, I need to add another foundation, so that won't count. Halfway, halfway, halfway. Slightly over, but that's because it's halfway. When we go like that. Let's put this tower in straight down. Try to give myself a little bit of room to hover. There we go. Four more. Just going for rapid clicking right now. Oh, that extended most recent patch on the hover distance is so good. It's ridiculous how much space they gave you. All right, that's pretty solid. Let me connect the required ones first. This one absolutely has to be steel. probably not gonna work. Yeah. Oh well, that's why you have custom conveyor holes. Which are the best conveyor holes, to be honest. If I can remember where they put them. Under logistics? Yeah. Alright, that one's good. And then we gotta get out of here, which is the easiest part. Pretty straightforward. Assuming that they can make this quick turn here. Then we'll drop it down one. Alright, and now it's just a matter of connecting the rest. And the rest. I kind of have the frames kind of hidden back there. That's alright. We'll just Clip City. Oh, I already set myself up for these two. Oh, okay. Easy. Well, past me did help me out a little bit there. That's super convenient. I feel like I gave past me a bad rap about 20 minutes ago. That was nice. Now I technically only need one hole for this. What's going on? No power? Oh, I connected the power halfway there, but didn't actually connect it to a power source. Very nice. Now all we have to do is vertically connect this. Nothing makes me feel more like a factory worker than making these vertical connections. One more to go. This is so much better than trying to transport screws. If you try to do 240 screws per minute by shipping in screws, it would just be an absolute mess. You'd maybe get 3 machines going, but by shipping steel beams and then making the screws on site just in time as an input for this guy, it's working great. I didn't give the encased beams any time to build up a backlog. This little bridge needs some deco. I'm kind of seeing like a glass frame ceiling and maybe some lights on the inside. Encased beams are going. The only thing that's not going are steel beams. Maybe I need to get like a 50-50 backlog for both of those so they can catch up. Oh, you know what? When we come back for the facade, I think I'll move this decoration, because this is the heavy modular frame art piece in real life. I'll move it to over in between these two buildings. We'll do something to make that work. We'll just have to make sure that the facade isn't too ridiculously large, so there's actual room for it. Oh, I'm like, where's my jetpack? I put it away. Didn't necessarily want to. So we're gonna grab some steel beams and some encased beams. We're not really leaving ourselves a lot of buffer room. I might have to consider some buffer room. Oh, those cables need to rework. Normally I have multiple industrial storage containers as buffers, but part of me knows I don't absolutely need that. I just always envision like part of the factory fills up and then you want to make sure you have stuff to back it up. So why not put a couple little output buffers there? So when the factory kicks back on, you've got plenty of stuff ready to go. I guess in this case though, we still would have, what, 20 stacks of heavy modular frames ready to go in the machines. That's a future thumbnail. We'll have it in the machines. Nah, you know. Oh yeah, and I still haven't put an uploader in. Ugh. Maybe I'll put an uploader in on the fuse side. What was I saying? We need to pick up some steel beams. Oh. This is dangerous. Oh no, we use steel beams to make encased beams. And then we use both of those separately to make heavy. If I manually move this industrial storage container full, I think it's fine. We might need to expand our steel, but the problem with that is it's running on coal, and we're burning coal, we're using coal, and we're using coal to make fuel. This one little coal area is overtaxed. I should probably ship in some coal, believe it or not, because this area is ridiculously overtaxed. All right, we'll head back. We'll drop this off. Maybe we'll put a buffer in. Maybe we'll try to put in a uploader. It's always good to have an uploader. Then we'll probably call it. Ooh, I should probably go towards this one. This hyper cannon is perfectly placed for getting across the hill here. Perfect. I guess there was a few more encased beams on the way than I had planned. And now I'm not quite sure which one of these is which. Oh, wait. I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. This is the only one that doesn't have stuff in it. This is the steel beam. Of course, this one has to be right. That's moving, so it can't be wrong. This is right. steel beams on the outer. Then we'll drop off the encased beams. That's a cool shot. Perfect. That circular bus is actually looking pretty cool. It's just too bad we don't need multiple versions of this. Like, if we could have say, okay, we're gonna take some of the steel pipes off for this build and then continue it on to that build, but all of the inputs are mutually exclusive. I guess that's good enough. One industrial storage container, a buffer. And if I put one on this side, I can scratch my must-have buffer itch that way. We could potentially even squeeze out the uploader. That's really getting everything done. Perfect. And then, like I said, this will look better over here just because the size of it, it's a little small for this whole area. But if it were hanging in between these two buildings with a nice facade on them, I think it would look really good. We'll enclose our shame on the clipping. Never to be seen again. Maybe we'll set this up so you can have a couple places to pick up heavy modular frames. However few frames we are getting, we're using them all, so it's probably okay. We're gonna have to make some more steel beams, I think. Though we only need We don't need that many. Right? Because we need 5 steel beams per minute times 20. So that's 100 steel beams per minute. That's not a huge ask. Yeah, I think we're fine on steel beams as well. It goes from 5 on the belt to 240 on the belt. So it doesn't take a lot. I think we're good. We've got our buffer, we've got our uploader, and we've got heavy modular frames ready to go. So that one's on that cardinal direction. We'll just put this one, our next one right here. Should be easier to set up, except the blueprint's going to be weird. Because it's going to have, we're going to have to unpack nitrogen gas and make it that way. Who's on? I got 5 minutes. I should probably go in 5 minutes. But if somebody wanted to chat for a bit, happy to do it. This is one of these random times where I ran out of time for making a video, but doing it live is... it's almost the same, except you get to be here. There's our steel beams. Another chunk of it just flying in. I think something like just a very simple small billboard internal light scheme would go a long way to making this look really cool. Even if we use plain old Fix-It orange. Oh, I set the background, not the icon. If I did that all the way down and then put the glass foundation on top, I think this bridge will look pretty cool. And then we could do our bridge beam, like that red beam over there. Shriek. I think that would be about right. All right, heavy modular frames are done. We're gonna have to figure out how to get you guys to chat a little bit. Other than that, thanks for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.